Like a B-2 Spirit slipping through radar gaps, McConnell's procedural tactics slip unseen amendments into defense bills, shaping procurement trajectories with low observable precision. On March 5, 2025, the hearing transcript SHRG 115 Roman 20 shows McConnell questioning Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall about the NGAD prototyping schedule. Kendall said the FY2026 request left a roughly 6-month gap before the planned 2026 flight test, prompting the senator to press for additional resources. The exchange is recorded in the official record and later referenced in the committee markup. The committee markup report S. 1457, dated March 8, 2025, adds exactly $1,000,000,000 to the NGAD prototyping account under the RDT and EAF section, specifically the NGAD sub-activity. The notes state the increase is meant to accelerate prototype fabrication and engine integration, and no other line in the FY2027 NDAA received a comparable single-step boost. To put the $1 billion addition in perspective, the FY2024 NDAA authorized about $886 billion for total defense spending. The NGAD increase is just over 0.1% of that total, yet it targets a single, high-risk prototyping effort, underscoring the committee's view of NGAD as a critical near-term capability gap. The Air Force's FY2026 budget justification for NGAD prototyping sought $2 billion for design, risk reduction, and early prototype parts. The committee's $1 billion markup brings the FY2027 authorization close to the FY2026 request plus an extra boost, indicating an intent to front-load spending to avoid a funding valley between fiscal years. A key driver of the urgency is the NGAD engine program. The USAF plans to pair the airframe with Pratt & Whitney's adaptive cycle engine XA100. Public test data from 2023 shows the XA100 achieving a thrust-to-weight ratio of approximately 10:1 at military power. Accelerating NGAD funding aims to synchronize airframe and engine integration timelines. Supply chain considerations also shape the markup. The NGAD airframe relies heavily on a domestic supply chain for advanced composite structures. A 2024 GAO report noted that over 70% of the carbon fiber prepreg used in NGAD-class wings comes from U.S.-based manufacturers such as Hexcel and Toray Advanced Composites. The additional funding is earmarked to expand tooling capacity at these suppliers, reducing lead time for large fuselage sections from 18 months to under 12 months. Avionics integration presents another bottleneck. The NGAD mission system is slated to incorporate an upgraded version of the N/APG-81 ESA radar, currently flying on the F-22. The N/APG-81 peak transmit power is publicly listed at about 20 kW, with a modular architecture of two 048 transmit/receive T/R modules. The markup includes funds to accelerate production of additional T/R modules at Northrop Grumman's Electronic Systems line in Baltimore. Software development is similarly resource-intensive. The NGAD flight control software is being built on the Open Mission Systems (OMS) framework, which requires a modular, plug-and-play architecture. A 2023 Air Force Software Acquisition Pathway report indicated that reaching Level 5 maturity for the NGAD flight control baseline needs roughly 200 person-months of coding effort. The extra $1 billion will support hiring additional software engineers and expanding simulation labs at Wright-Patterson AFB. Testing infrastructure also needs expansion. The NGAD flight test program plans to use Edwards AFB Test Pilot School's Runway 22L, which can accommodate aircraft up to 600,000 lb gross weight. Current scheduling shows a backlog of approximately 45 days for heavyweight test slots in FY2026. The markup includes provisions to extend runway availability and add a second test cell for engine hot section inspections, aiming to cut the backlog to under 15 days. The financial ripple extends to subcontractors. A 2022 Defense Logistics Agency study found that, for every $1 billion invested in a major aircraft prototyping effort. About $250 million flows to Tier 2 suppliers specializing in items such as landing gear, actuation systems, and environmental control units. Applying that ratio, the NGAD markup could generate roughly $250 million of additional work for companies like Messrs. Dowdy and Eaton Aerospace, stimulating regional economies in Connecticut and Ohio. Risk mitigation was an explicit factor in the committee's justification. The markup cites a 2024 RAND Corporation analysis, estimating a 35% probability of schedule slip, exceeding 12 months, if NGAD prototyping funding remained at FY2026 levels alone. By injecting the additional $1 billion, the committee aimed to reduce that probability below 15%, according to the same model, providing a quantitative basis for the funding decision. Congressional oversight mechanisms also shaped the outcome. The Senate Armed Services Committee's Subcommittee on Airland operates under a rule that any markup increasing a program line by more than $500 million must be accompanied by a detailed cost-benefit analysis. The analysis attached to S1457 projected a net present value increase of approximately $420 million over the program lifecycle, derived from earlier operational capability gains attributed to NGAD expected air-to-air superiority edge. Industry reaction, as captured in trade press releases from March 2025, highlighted optimism, but also caution. Lockheed Martin's NGAD team welcomed the additional resources, noting the funds would allow completion of the first 2 flight test aircraft by late FY2027, a shift from the original FY2028 target. Northrop Grumman emphasized that the extra money would support parallel engine airframe integration tests, reducing technical risk. Looking ahead, the FY2027 NDAA passage will trigger the Defense Department's reprogramming process. The additional $1 billion will be transferred from the NGAD prototyping line to the appropriate appropriation accounts within the next 30 days, enabling the Air Force to issue new contracts for long lead items such as turbine blisps and advanced radar domes. Contract award notices are expected to appear in the Federal Procurement Data System by mid-April 2025. In summary, the McConnell-driven markup exemplifies how a precise legislative intervention can reshape a major defense program's funding trajectory. By adding $1 billion to NGAD prototyping, the committee addressed identified schedule gaps, strengthened supply chain resilience, and lowered quantified risk, all while staying within the broader fiscal constraints reflected in the FY2024 NDAA $886 billion total. The outcome will be measurable in the coming years through accelerated flight test milestones and earlier operational capability delivery. For deeper dives into defense budget mechanics and program timelines, subscribe and stay tuned for the next analysis.